to this computer. It's all yours. Take off.
All right, very good. Well, appreciate anybody who's joining me today. My name is Brad Wethington. I'm a member of the Indiana Board of Trustees for NAPA, Indiana. Also a member, among other things, of the Communication Committee. Chris Barnhorst invited me to come in and talk about what I'm doing to manage social media, to promote my financial advising practice. A little bit about me. I entered the business in 1987. I joined NAPA the year that I got in the business, so 37 years membership in NAPA, Indiana. And that's about it. So a couple of, I guess probably starting with just kind of the benefits of social media in general. So social media can be a powerful tool for financial advisors to connect with clients and prospects. It allows them to build trust, establish a strong brand presence. And here are some tips for financial advisors to effectively leverage social media. First and foremost, you want to define your brand. Your social media presence should reflect your brand's values and missions. And once you do that, then you can have consistency in your messaging, your visuals, your tone to help make your brand recognizable and memorable. The second piece of advice is to educate your audience. Share information, share informative content that addresses common financial questions and challenges. And this will help position you as a knowledgeable authority in the field. Engage thoughtfully. So if you're going to go out and post on social media, you also have to go in and watch for responses, watch for comments and messages. Nobody wants to engage with you and then be ignored. Nobody wants to engage with you and then just have the response go completely, unaddressed. So be sure to respond to your comments, your messages, and engage with other users, and basically use the tool to build relationships through meaningful interaction. Post regularly is one of the tips. Maintaining a consistent posting schedule to keep your audience engaged without overwhelming them. And quality content is more important than quantity. Generally speaking, so I guess first of all, you have to stay compliant in your respective company, your respective agency. And so know which social media sites you're allowed to post on and which ones you're not. In my particular practice, I can only use a Facebook business page and LinkedIn. So I can't use TikTok, I can't use Twitter. But if you can, and if you are, here are the recommended number of posts that you should do weekly, according to the experts, if you will. If you're on Instagram, you should be posting about 5 to 10 times a week, and that's the same for TikTok. Facebook and LinkedIn, the suggested number of posts you want to have is about 1 to 3 times a week. Use stories and anecdotes. So share success stories and relatable anecdotes that highlight your expertise and the positive impact of your services, but obviously without revealing any personal client information. Monitor trends and insights. I'm sure most of you do this. If not all of you are doing this, you're staying updated with industry trends. As you find information, new information that your target audience should know, use social media to go ahead and get that information out to your clients and your prospects and those people that you're connected with on social media. You can also monitor your insights on your social media pages. So all of your social media pages will have an analytics area to help you understand, who's clicking on your posts, who's viewing on your posts, and so forth. And so that'll help kind of guide your strategy and help you tailor your services. As I just mentioned, make sure you're staying compliant, make sure that you're staying professional. I would avoid, not everybody does. I see some of my colleagues in our profession who will kind of get a little sideways on this. I would just suggest that you stay away from polarizing items. I wouldn't use my social media page, especially my business social media page, to weigh in on abortion or on politics or on religion or anything like that. So stay professional, adhere to industry regulations, and just maintain professionalism. And then, focus on your target audience. So understand who it is you're trying to reach, understand who your ideal clients are, and then tailor that content to meet your interests and needs. Leverage different platforms, right? There's no one platform out there. There's a ton, as I just mentioned. Typically, LinkedIn, or at least for me, LinkedIn happens to get the most likes for what I'm doing, the most engagement for what I'm doing in my financial advisory practice. I happen to have another business that I promote on social media. In that particular business, Facebook by far outweighs anything that I do on LinkedIn. So know who you're trying to target and leverage the platform. Make sure you're leveraging all the platforms, but make sure you're focused on the one that's really hitting your target audience. And then last but not least, make sure it's recommended that you're utilizing visual content. So infographics, charts, videos can just be more engaging and easier to understand than going in and writing a real long dissertation, right? A real long text-heavy post, which just tend to get overlooked, first of all, and they just don't do a very good job of explaining complex financial concepts like a simplified chart or graph can do. Okay, so there's controversy over whether you should use hashtags in your posts or not use hashtags in your posts. Some people swear that you have to use them a lot. Some say that with the internet searches that are out there now and with the advent of AI, that they are less important to maybe even arguably not important at all. I'd say the general consensus is you can and probably should use maybe 1 to 2 hashtags when you are doing a social media post. Obviously, you want to use those again based on the article that you're posting, and also depending on the audience you're trying to target. Some popular hashtags that you might use are finance or financial literacy. Financial literacy, personal finance, invest, money, finance tips, wealth management, financial advice, investing, and economy are probably some good ones to consider using. Note with your hashtags, even where you're using 2 words or 3 words, financial literacy, that's you put that all together as one word. If you separate the word, you just lose the second half of the word in your hashtag. All right, with that, the way that I run my practice, some of you might find other ways that work for you best, but just a couple of tricks and tips that I employ. First of all, I batch my work. I find it a lot easier to put time on my calendar 1 day every what I do is one day every 3 weeks. I block out about an hour. Doesn't always take me a whole hour to do it, but I'll block out an hour and schedule my next 3 weeks worth of social media posts. I post 3 times a week. I just find it's a lot easier to kind of get in the mode, find my content and get it out there, and then not think about it again for the next 3 weeks. And then those things will go out automatically. All of you probably have some type of a process within your respective company or your respective agency that submits that article for compliance approval before you put it in. If you don't know the rules around compliance and regulatory oversight on your social media posts, make sure you reach out to your agency control officer or your respective compliance person to do that. I think for the most part, that's kind of it. You can go if you wish. The 2 social media sites that I use for the most part, as I mentioned, it would be either a Facebook business page or a LinkedIn profile. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Wethington Financial. That's spelled WETHINGTON. You can find me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/Brad Wethington Financial. And I'll go ahead and pop my screen on here if I can. Let me pop my screen on and I'll show you kind of what those pages look like. I'm sure we've all seen a Facebook or a LinkedIn page, but just a couple of things that I can point out to you. So first of all, on your own Facebook page, you should be able to go in and see let's see where I'm at. Yeah, you can go in and see all of your posts. So here you'll see, for example, this one just came out a day ago. I use Life Happens. Life Happens is a not-for-profit organization specifically designed to promote life insurance and disability insurance and investment principles in our industry. They used to be an independent outfit. They were just recently merged with NAIFA in the last handful of months. They put out great content. You can go to their website and you can copy and paste this information and get information out to your clients. You can see an example of that there. Looks like I've got 2 posts that went out today. I think that was just because I shared this one kind of ad hoc, but you'll see the pattern. This one came out 4 days ago. This one about 6 days ago. So I typically will post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week. You'll see when you go through your posts, you'll see how many people see that post. So this one that I just posted a day ago has already been seen 46 times. Scroll down a little bit. This one was kind of just a thank you to a colleague in our industry. Typically, when you're mentioning another person or you're posting a picture that is of you, the people that would know you, or people within your natural market or your target audience, those will get a lot more views than if you're just posting random informational type articles. Right. So again, you can see there's 89 impressions there, 92 impressions, and so forth. But look at the difference, right? So here we've got, again, just a standard educational piece about monthly market insights. 73 people viewed that. But when we've got a picture, Chris and I represented our local NAIFA chapter in participating in the NAIFA Congressional Conference last month. You can see that particular picture of us standing at the Capitol had a lot more views than your typical just news article. Facebook, again, most of your compliance officers, your compliance departments are going to require that you use a Facebook business page as opposed to your Facebook personal page. So you'll see that's exactly what I've done here. I post the same article to LinkedIn as I do to Facebook. I'm evaluating whether I'll continue to do that, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. Again, this is a matter of knowing your audience. In LinkedIn, right, which are historically, traditionally, your more professional people. These are our associates and colleagues. They're target audiences of business owners or professional organizations or professional people. I get a lot more views, a lot more engagement than I do off of my Facebook page. Again, in a different business, it's complete opposite. I probably get 10 to 15 times more hits on Facebook than I do on LinkedIn. It just depends on what your product is and who your target audience is. So I'm considering trying to change what content I'll put on my Facebook page as opposed to my LinkedIn page to see if I can increase the participation. You saw all the likes and all the views on my LinkedIn page. When I go through my Facebook page, you can see I just don't get the same volume of activity. So it's something that I need to work on. Again, it's just a matter of managing your activity and targeting your market. You see it, there's just, I'm sure it's seen. I'm sure a lot of people see it. They don't, Facebook doesn't count it like LinkedIn does as far as who sees it. They only count it really if somebody engages with you, clicks on the link, or actually posts a comment. But you'll see if I look at the results, right, in the last 28 days on Facebook, I've only reached 58 people and had one post engagement. When I go back over to my LinkedIn page, so in the last 7 days alone, I've had 287 post impressions. And yeah, in the last 7 days, 317 post impressions, 69 actual, views of my content in the last 90 days. So that's what I'm doing. Chris, maybe I'll turn it back to you and talk about any other questions that you had or any other ideas that you think that maybe I should address as part of this.
Yeah, just my one comment, Brad. Could you talk about how you leverage your NAFA membership through social media?
Yeah, thanks. So again, if you want to engage on your social media, what you'll do a lot better if you are bringing other people or other organizations into the mix. When you go in and tag another person, your post now appears on your page, but also on their page, right? So it increases the visibility. You're almost certainly going to engage at least the person or organization that you tag, right? So it just increases your viewership, it increases the level of engagement. Every opportunity that I get, if I'm posting content that's relative or certainly around NAFA or NAFA Indiana, I will either tag them in that post or I will use a hashtag NAFA Proud or We Are NAFA, and that just increases the viewership of it. See if I can give you an example of that. Well, I'll get there. Yeah, I thought I had one pretty close to the top of the page, but yeah. Yeah, so here's an example of that. NAFA Indiana put out a post about a week ago. Join us Thursday for a CE sponsorship, CE sponsored by NAVA Indiana. So just liking that page or putting a comment on ultimately promotes that page, right? It puts your name out there, but it also promotes that page. Another thing that you can do, here's another one where NAFA has a post, came out about a day ago, recognizing those NAFA members who have been in the industry for, been members of NAFA for 51 years, right? So again, comment, tag NAFA Indiana, tag NAFA, or use the hashtags. Let's see if I can, the hashtags like NAFA Proud or We Are NAFA. To answer your question?
Yes, I really appreciate you coming on, Brad, and spending so much time with to encourage our members and show them how you use social media effectively. And I also want to encourage our members to use the additional resources NAFA provides to them to promote their practices, and particularly in the use of social media.
Yeah, and I'm available if anybody has any questions or they just like to bounce an idea. Maybe I'll pick up an idea or two from you, something that you're doing that's working. But I'd be happy to answer any questions about any of the information I shared. You can reach me by phone at 317-571-2365, or you can reach me by email. It's Brad.Wethington, again spelled Wethington. I just recognize my name's on the screen, or the spelling's on the screen, so you'll find it that way. Brad.Wethington at lfgco.com.
Thanks a lot, Brad. I appreciate your effort. And I think with that announcement, you've probably extended your workday about 2 more hours if our members are smart enough to call you and ask for assistance. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Chris, have a great day.